trade zone. Have our fleet built up. That'll pulling bulk of the trade out of our local zone, so that's good. And as far as our army size, we can take a 8,000 standing army. Those two ships will... Oh geez, our force limit jumped to 18, so we'll be building 2 more trade ships, I think, after these 2. That'll put us at 13, and then I would go with 2 transports. If we are going to attack Ceylon, we'll want to be able to land at least 5,000 at a time, not just 3,000. Okay, we've maxed out our relationships with Malabar at this point. The only thing we can do now is wait for aggressive expansion penalty to go away before we can actually vassalize them. That 60 points is more than... Don't see that happening that often. If Burgundy actually survives the first couple months of the game. I know in my Naples playthrough, they didn't survive the first 2 weeks of the game. Austria and France carved them up in via an event. They disappeared inside 2 weeks. Like, where'd all the purple go? Had to scroll back through the message to find out what happened. Oh, that event fired. I've maxed out our army force limits now. My military advisor has. Oh, nope, we picked up another another force limit point. Our first comet sighting 10 years into the game. Almost 11 years into the game. (1-0). Wonderful leader for him. I'm getting a full gold off of that. I want to spring for admirals quite yet. Getting an admiral with a maneuver score about that at this point. What do you think about Ceylon? Reasonable next target? I'll build forts. Yes, it's also needed for Hindustan. What kind of transport fleet do you want? Five military units at a time enough to take the 3,000 men that are there? Do you? Yep. Yep. Burgundy King leading the charge. That'll do it every. I'll build 2 more transports then. That should also complete our Navy mission. There is our Diplotech, our Diplo. Happy to see that. Gives us a early heavy ship. Don't think I'm going to spring quite for a heavy ship. I've seen that event in just Well, this is my third long-term playthrough. I've run Mali a couple times, and I don't remember if it happened in either of those. So 1 out of 2 of the long-term campaigns that I've run. It might have fired in some of my shorter campaigns, and I wasn't. Or Mewar. Bengal, do you want to? Oh, but you're getting closer to accept. Wait till the claim completion. Our coring of Malvana is almost done. Oh, let's see. Them to the tech. We're leading the tech race right now among the local nations. Solid income of 4 right now. So we've got forts, but we already have that type of fort evidently everywhere because we can't build any. I thought we'd had that level of fort everywhere, but I wasn't. We still have a small revolt risk, but it's not. A lot of full annexation going on. That took that one. Oh, there's our fleet. There's our Navy tradition and prestige. Our national transport ships. So we now have enough of a fleet to transport units across the Ceylon when the time comes. And that brings up another mission. Culture spread, protect our brethren, or protect our brethren. We don't need either of those for Hindustan. Don't need either of those two for Hindustan. Culture. I want to spend points on a cultural conversion now or not. It takes 125 for a cultural conversion. I'm not willing to do that right now for the tech level. So looks like we're stuck between protecting our brethren, which I presume will give us a claim on one of these. So it's a matter of which one we want if that's the case. They're both grain provinces. They're both a level 2 fort. Bijapur has a slightly higher manpower. And tax base. So if we were to do one of these, it would probably be Bijapur. Although Desh has a higher, twice the trade power. Trade, is that in the Ceylon trade? It is in the Ceylon trade node, so case could be made for either one. Have a preference? They're virtually identical. This would give you more military manpower to play with. Bijapur would. The other thing taking Bijapur would do is, well, we already have a border with Gujarat, so it doesn't matter as far as that or Dash. Yeah, that's a good point. Gives us extra. See if it gives us a yeah, it did give us a claim automatically, so good. Like I said, they're pretty much. That Bijapur would give you a slightly higher military manpower. Desh is a higher twice the trade power. They're virtually identical. I like having that extra room for retreat should we have another battle with our northern neighbors. Looks like I see flashes here. There's lots of revolts or something going on up here. Or no, they're at war. Now, they were just allied, now they're fighting each other. These guys, in the meantime, are also fighting Gujarat, so they're already occupied. Now would be a good time to strike. Don't have a truce with that. So, are your armies ready for another strike? Have to raise the maintenance, obviously. They want an alliance again. They've not proven very useful as an ally at this point. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to take an alliance with them. It cost us 120 gold in that last alliance, and they did not help us in our battles at all. I'm going to say, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and bump up our maintenance, assuming we're about ready to attack Dash. They're occupied right now in another war, so get out of my territory that I'm about to attack. Looks like he's not staying. Will I actually see where their army is? Oh, I didn't actually declare war. If I have no diplomats to send. Okay. Still have 11 points to go before he'd be willing to ally. And we'll be getting our first administrative tech level here momentarily as well. That long to get back from there? Coming from Bengal to BJ via North America. Bastar would join, sure. Be somebody else to occupy any potential. He might not have an army left. He's got some. Oh, he's got a few allies there. Let's see who are. Okay, I knew about Malwa. He was fighting alongside Malwa. Bundelkhand and Gondwana. Gondwana here. Bundle. Who the heck is Bundelkhand? Bundelkhand. Oh, these guys. Okay, so it's basically these four here. The fact that they're already fighting another war here. Take a quick siege here. I don't want to. I wouldn't think splitting our armies up too much is going to be productive, but maybe we could move. Going to help us by throwing a couple units over there in the north. We can see 16,000 of his men. Now that's actually 10. It's, yeah, 16,000 of his troops, units. Out of exactly how many? They have no navy either. They're all landlocked except for this territory. So we don't have to worry about navy. I'll go ahead and siege two provinces. We can always merge the secondary if need be. I think we've got most of their forces tied down. He's got 11,000 troops here to tie up that army if they start moving. Oops. It's the one we were looking for. 19 August. Who's going to be first? Happens in the case of a tie. See if we can actually freeze them by moving a... Yep, we can. That gives us our chance to get them together. Oh, that was stupid. There you go. Actually, if he pins that unit down, I'll join him with one of the units here to. Not going to pin him down. Got our CB against Ceylon. If that one unit could actually pin this army down, we could finish him off, hammer and anvil style. Looks like he went to relieve the siege of Kandesh and is probably going to fight it up there. And hello, Dak. Welcome to our eventually soon-to-be Hindustan playthrough. Well, hopefully. That's the goal anyway, the initial goal. And you know what? Since they have so many problems with rebels here, why don't we give them something else to, Okay, we're going to lose stability either way we go here. Do you want force limit modifier and discipline for your army, or morale and defense? Going to have an offensive army or a defensive army there, basically. And keep the rest of your generals in line. I don't want another stability hit for this event. Actually, I have to look at Orissa as a potential ally, for that matter. They still have one of the provinces we need for Hindustan, so... But that can be the last one we grab, too. Yeah, I have a military advisor. That's who I'm waiting for. This is a playthrough with actual advisors coming out of my military advisor, diplomatic advisor, and a administrative advisor coming out of my followers. Cyber there is one of my advisors here. This is my third long-term playthrough. My third long-term playthrough. Both of my first two, which were Portugal and Naples, attracted a bit of attention, so I figured this time around I'd get some added buy-in to the save via the viewers, and so I've appointed 3 advisors, and eventually each of them will have a subordinate advisor as well. Technically, Devil is the subordinate administrative advisor. My Diplo advisor is currently not in the channel. I expect him here a little bit later. We actually set up this game yesterday. It was a randomly generated nation. Actually, what I did after my Naples save was randomly generated 10 nations via the startup menu random nation generator over 4 of the different starting times, and then the advisors randomly chose 3, which the channel then voted on, and was the result. Got plagues. 1.04. So anything dealing with yeah, that's fine. This is not any kind of speed playthrough. Anyway, anything dealing with the military, cyber is going to weigh in on. With me, so. Synaptic is my diplomatic advisor. He was in the channel earlier. He helped set up the game and handling the diplomacy aspects. My administrative advisor is yet to be chosen. I've been waiting for some of my regulars to show up. Shouldn't tackle one of those smaller stacks there while they're kind of split up. We'll certainly finish our... This is not our war over there, so I don't think we could even attack that group. Timurids white pieced with somebody. Timurids are... Oh, looky there. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I started to mention at one point. Since they've had such a problem with rebels, let's give them some more rebels to deal with. We can't. Oh, we need the next, our first administrative tech level. Which actually is not too far away. Still want an alliance. I'm still going to turn them down. Again, they were less than useful in our first alliance. Cost us a chunk of money in that peace deal. And they did not have any means of supporting us in our wars. Hello, Fane. Take it, there was one of the others. I know there were 5 or 6 different streams running earlier. Looks like 7 different streams running last time I checked. Only 3 running now. Not much. Brand new playthrough. Finished my Naples playthrough on the weekend. And went a couple days trying to decide what route to take for my next playthrough, and we ended up going with a participative style playthrough here. I've got some advisors chosen out of my viewership who are acting the part of my military, diplomatic, and administrative advisors. This country was selected yesterday out of a random selection of nations that were put together. This was one that there were an initially 10 randomly generated nations using the random generator. Those 10 nations were pared down to 3. Each of my advisors picked a random 1 to 10 to pick one of the 10 of the random set, and those 3 were then voted on by the channel yesterday, and this was the winner. The other 2 that made the top 3 were Die and East Friesland. 2 OPMs, each with distinct challenges. And this one set up our initial goals last night. We didn't actually run the game. We just chose the nation and took a look at our startup. This game then started earlier this evening, and it will run through the next 10 days or so until its conclusion. And like I said, I've got 3 people chosen to be my advisors. Yes, there is. In order to form Hindustan, I need to, I've already claimed Raichur Doab, which was one of the territories needed. I claimed Cochin and Venad. I still require Ceylon, Malabar, Costa, Telangana, Bhaskar, and Kalangandra. So there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 territories required in order to form Hindustan. Nope, Delhi was not necessary. Delhi territories were necessary. All pretty much southern and eastern. Okay. They were allies in the last war. Touch to Gujarat. Territory that they took from Kathiawar, and they're now giving over to Gujarat. Okay, we completed our siege. I'm gonna check. Yeah, we cannot attack the sieging unit. So do we now go relieve the siege in Bashar? Or do we select another siege province? He's probably going to complete this siege relatively shortly. Certainly going to complete that. I'll tell you what, I didn't have much success with Naples forming Italy. Okay, off they go. Well. They probably had suffered attrition and have replenished since then. We've got a bit of money. I can throw a couple more mercs together. Got a 17. Throw 3 mercs together, 20 versus 14. Okay. Down here until the mercs are done. Separate peace with Bast. Annulling the treaties, that's fine. We eventually need to take Bastar anyway, so losing the treaty with them's not a huge. runs out of our attack capability. Over here, I think. That way we can relieve on Dash if he decides to try to re-siege Dash. Looks like he's going to do. Wait till he gets there. And Rebels! Hey, Rebels! Rush at 11 stack. He's fighting. In the meantime, he took that stack that he had up here in Bashar and his oops. He's beating himself up against another stack, so divided their forces against in two different wars. Good for us. Him fighting multiple wars. Take it easy, Fane. Have a good evening, and this will be up on YouTube. This entire playthrough will be up on YouTube. Check the link down at the bottom of the page if you're interested in seeing what happens in it. You too. Have a good evening. And go up there and crush them. Crushing them. In fact, we can crush both of those armies. One go. Look at that. Well, he's going to continue running though. We won't catch him. This other one can't run. Crush that one. That eliminates any problems with the army of Bamanus there. We could probably peace out right now. 7 war score. We probably a bit more than that. Not much more, mind you. The ticking war score just from occupying Desh will be there. See what kind of a gold we can grab from them. Got a modest treasury. It's not huge. He's bound and determined to get this alliance with us, and I'm bound and determined to say no. Make a useless ally. You have no access to anything that we will be trying to 666 advisor. Looky there. Timurids. Timurids are going to be dangerous. Like this. Oh, and here comes... Oh, that's Gujarat. They're taking their territories back. Aggressive expansion looked like with the 49, down to 49. Darn, we're close to that vassalization point. Throw some gold at them. Give us 10 or 15 points. Still need 30 points. Talking about reduction of aggressive expansion to get there. Like he's taking the longabout way to dash. Doing evidently. We do have a tech advantage on these guys too, I do believe, so. Did they catch up on tech? Which we got our next tech. No, they're only tech 2 military. We have our first administrative tech. It allows us to throw rebels up if we so choose. I don't think I'm going to worry about it right now. We're handily. Yeah, I thought you might run. Oh. Have a choice of military tech cost reduction or so you need to choose a new military advisor. Got a fort defense or a military tech cost reduction. Tech cost. Should be able to piece out to it. Oh, wait, we got another choice. We got another morale one, too. We got another Grand Captain. That changes your opinion. No, that and tech, military tech seems to be the one that I've consistently maxed out. You know, has been ahead of time all along. Okay, let's see what we can get for peace here. Not worried about grabbing 2. Right now that's 0 diplomatic power and at 11 aggressive expansion. Also take all of their gold. Yeah, we have quite a bit of war score to play with here. Can't take both territories. Them to revoke their core on Malvana up here, I think. That's the best we're going to do, I think. All of their gold, revoke cores on Malvana, claim dash. I think that's a pretty solid peace deal there. It costs us no power and only 11 points of aggressive expansion. Okay, probably another 30 minutes or so on this playthrough. Let's take a look. That was our mission. So very nice growth so far this session. Missions. Fair relations. I think while we work out our expansion, that might not be a bad thing to do. Again, I don't want to be spending points on culture yet. Down here. And the only other one is another up here. More expansion along the west coast, which I don't think we're ready to do yet until we settle our gains. So I'm going to go with repair relations now. Gaining 25 diplomatic power is a bonus. Gives us time to reduce that expansion. Can't afford to core that up yet, but that'll be the next thing. And we still have a claim down here on Ceylon that we can act on. I'm going to pull the troops back and I'm going to disband the mercs for now. We'll put them against Ceylon if we do make that move. That probably wouldn't be a bad move right now either. That would be the max we could do until we get some points to reduce the overextension. Matter of whether you think we're ready for Ceylon. Let's see. Right now we've got 16% overextension. That's not a big deal. Our biggest problem right now would be rebels, which I am going to diplomatic points. That's going to reduce the revolt risk there on the National Guard to that problem, so we don't worry about revolts. Worry about coring as soon as we have the power. Can't afford it right now. So aggressive expansion. The only one we're worried about. Oh hell. We didn't gain any aggressive expansion against them, really. A little bit against the northern provinces, and I'm not worried about the northern provinces yet. So we're in good shape as far as aggressive expansion goes. Ceylon had no allies. Let me verify they didn't pick up any. I haven't seen it. Yeah, no allies. Friends at all. Okay, let's get our first 5,000 down there. Should go pretty quick, and it'll probably be where we end the session once that is completed. A good stopping point. Break this into a couple chunks and throw it up on YouTube tonight. Unfortunately, I've got to be up relatively early in the morning, so I'm not going to be able to go quite as long as I had planned tonight. I normally would run this another couple hours tonight, but that won't happen tonight. If I run it tomorrow, what I'll do before we actually cut it is get some basic direction on what to do if I get up in the morning and run for an hour or two in the morning before I probably won't happen tomorrow just because I've got stuff to do around the house tomorrow. I've got delivery coming. But at the end of each session, I'm going to do this anyway, get a basic idea of where to go next, in case you're not around in my next playthrough. So we can actually talk about that now. Again, Malabar, we're looking at vassalizing and annexing, raiding, whatever. So they'll be one of the last ones we get as far as Hindustan goes. We still need Costa, Telangana, Kalingadra, and Bestar. Bestar is no longer an ally, but they're also obviously well separated from us. Got a mission to improve relations here, but I'm not too worried about the mission. If we declare war on them, we'll lose that mission and just have to take another mission. And they still want an alliance, and I'm still gonna say no. I have to look at some sort of alliance up here in the Northern Territory zone. That was sufficient. Here, so let's throw the blockade up. Very productive. Yeah, that could be. Like I said, more than likely the next step is probably going to be acquiring Costa and Telangana. Whether that's via fabricating claims or whatever. Because they're the next two required along the chain toward Hindustan. But the missions that have come up have been over in the western section. Bijapur was the last one. So I suspect the next mission will probably be along the same lines. Of course, nothing says that we can't declare war from them on Bijapur and take both Bijapur and, say, Costa as a secondary claim. Cost us a little bit of aggressive expansion, not a big deal. I wish Synaptic had been able to make it. Talked to him a little bit earlier today, which gave us the idea for the vacillation and integration of Malabar. Would like some input from him, but maybe I'll catch him. He's normally on in the morning when I do get up, so if he is, I'll catch him then. Give him a. I know he's been he's going to be watching the YouTube video when it goes up, which will be, you know, within half an hour after finishing this session. Take long to cut it down. I restarted it after the after we had our restart, because I'd been sitting around for an hour waiting for everybody to show up. I have to be cut in 2 chunks to fit into the 2-hour window. That won't take but a couple minutes to do, so anybody interested will be able to catch this and the rest of the playthrough of the series on YouTube. Links at the bottom of the page here, if anybody is interested in following what goes on with this. Again, props to both Cyber and Synaptic Static, who is not actually in channel right now, as two of my 3 advisors that have been chosen. I will choose an advisor on the next playthrough. If the regulars that I had in mind aren't available, then I'll choose one from the followers that we have at the time. And again, anybody interested at some point during the playthrough, I have a copy of CK2 that I will be giving out to a random follower. If you don't have that game yet, you're interested, keep an eye on on my feeds when I go live. You'll have a chance to jump in on the game if you're. If this playthrough goes well. The other thing we're doing and talking about after this playthrough is having a viewer, follower, multiplayer game. So that might be the next thing we do after this playthrough. This playthrough I expect to take 10 days to 2 weeks. So sometime mid to late month we might have a follower MP game. Should be going well. For those that aren't familiar with my streams, I stream a ton of games. I've started streaming this one when EU4 was released. Picked up some followers, and through talking with people in the channel, found out some people were interested in some of the other games that I have, so I've been streaming some other niche games, Distant World, Sword of the Stars 2, other things. So I do have a few other things you might see streamed from time to time if you're interested at all. Those will end up being YouTube videos too if I have any Twitch viewers at the time. I hate playing games by myself. I obviously play a ton, but since games like this are a lot more fun when you have, people to talk to, bounce ideas off. 2 to 3 cav ratio, okay. About what we're sitting at now, isn't it? Or 11 versus 7 to 6. So yeah, we're just about the 2 to 1 ratio. And more than likely, I won't be able to run tomorrow morning. So the next time I'm on will be tomorrow evening, about roughly about this time. Actually, is when I would be on tomorrow evening. Maybe plus or minus an hour. But Fridays it's usually a later in the evening game because of work. Anytime. Different wars. I wonder if Cathio War wanted my. Oh, hey, looky there. Our first sign of Persia. Might be the earliest I've seen Persia yet. That's actually a little bit worrying. Although their expansion is more to the north and west. Okay. Got Ceylon. Let's peace out before they sink my ship. Get us another 22.5 points of aggressive expansion. Okay. Oh. Okay. Something for my administrative advisor, but yeah, I more than likely if I am up in the morning and I stream something, it won't be this. I might do another session of the Distant World playthrough like I did this morning. I'm going to try to keep this to a time when you and Static are both available. That's usually going to be there he is. Speaking of, you're catching the end of the session. But it's been a productive session. I'll give you a quick rundown. We got that island, yes. We got a lot more than that island. We just finished taking Ceylon, actually. We started out, as you recall, we had a claim on Rachel Doab. We prosecuted that war successfully, took that territory as our first grab. Our second and third came via missions. Missions giving us claims on Cochin and Vinad individually. So we grabbed those as our second and third conquests. Then we got called into an alliance war with Kathiawar. We ended up piecing out of that war as soon as we reasonably could. We were not in a good position at the time. Our army was kind of out of position and unable to get back to our home territory, so we pieced out. Yeah, these two are cord. As is, well, of course, that was a core. Anyway, we pieced out that war. We lost some money, which was not really a big deal because our income has gotten pretty good with the territories that we'd taken. Then next one was again via mission. We had the ability to have a claim on Bijapur or Desh. We opted Desh. That gave us a quarter to move through here, which is what we needed in the first war that we ended up piecing out in. That gave us a quarter to come back through if we're in a war against the Northern Territories again. We have not cored this one yet. We're waiting for the administrative power, which obviously we just got, so I'm going to spend that. Do we have enough to... That only costs 36. Pouring everything. We don't quite have the ability to vassalize Malabar yet. We're working on that as per your instructions. We need to get a 190 relationship with them. We've got 60 aggressive expansion, which makes up the bulk of what we're missing right now. So as that goes away, and maybe we can, we're doing the improved relations with them. Although we've maxed that out. Once we get a little closer, we'll do that. We can always throw a little bit of money at them too if we get close and don't want to wait the extra 5 years or whatever. That'll give us the ability to vassalize them. That's one of the territories we need for Hindustan. Then we still need Costa, Telangana, Bashar, and Kalangandra. So still 4 that we need up here for Hindustan plus Malabar. We need some more alliances. I refuse to ally with Kathiawar despite his many requests. He's sent 4 diplomats our way asking us to renew that alliance, and that's just not a good alliance for us. He's not in position to help us in any of the wars we're in, and the war that we did help him in, we ended up costing us 100 gold to piece out. So I've been refusing their alliance requests, but we do need some sort of allies up here. Just not sure exactly where to go. Orissa might be a good one if they were willing. We have to work on improving relations with them. Garjat might be better, except I think they're a vassal of somebody still. They're a vassal of Orissa, so we couldn't do anything with them anyway. I tried Bengal. Obviously they're having problems right now. They're probably not an option. We have been fighting on and off with Gujarat, Malwa as part of alliance wars, and Sindh for that matter. Baluchistan was the one that I had thought of. At the time, however, they were bordering the Timurids, and I didn't want to get drawn into a war against the Timurids. Timurids have retreated and Persia's formed. The earliest I've seen Persia form, by the way. less than 20 years into the game, and there's Persia. If Persia's an Persia might be a don't know. Baluchistan was the one I was thinking of. We'd have to get some sort of relation improvement. Oh, Persia? Persia was huge in my Portugal game. They never quite made it into the Naples game, but they were absolutely huge in my Portugal game, my first run through. They actually rivaled the Ottomans. So if you have suggestions here on alliances, I mean, Delhi's up here, they're a possibility. Tibet, I haven't actually looked too closely at them. Whoever we go, we're going to have to work on improving relations with, so. And as I told the others, this will be up on YouTube. You can watch watch what happened here if you're interested. It'll be up on YouTube in about half an hour. I just need to cut it into two. Not really sure. Got what? War against somebody boarding Orissa or Bamanas would probably be the likely. And Garjat's not an option. We can always try again. We can always try to ally Orissa early, because they only have one of the territories that we need. They would be useful against the others. Ally with one of Bahmani's rivals. Good point. Bastar and Malabar. Well, we're already allied with Malabar. We were allied with Bashtar. They're one that we need though as well. Dash. Province. Then again, Bashtar was a single province. They had no problem attacking Bamanas when we fought, so that'd be a bad option. Now we can get an alliance with these guys right away, except for the fact we can't re-ally them until the beginning of the year. Okay, we'll play it out to the beginning of the year. We'll re-ally Bashtar. That's a good start. How about Orissa's rivals? Bengal, Vijay, that's me. Amanas. Yeah, okay.